I love my kids very much. I'm very happy.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm super excited for today's vlog because this is the very first holiday ever my grandma's been to, and the first time she'll be sleeping away from home for a couple of days. She was so nervous and excited herself for this experience. She hardly slept a wink the night before. Literally, she called us more than 10 times during the planning of the trip, and the day off, she called us about 5 times earlier that morning. Usually, she's gone to funerals and graduations and weddings for friends and family members, but she slept like one night, or she slept during the way, like they start the journey around 2 in the morning. But this girl's trip was meant for her to relax, spend time with us, see something different, and experience sleeping away from home for more than a day. The place we're going to is called Nanyuki. It's about 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Chuka, the town we live in. And we are currently right now in the car driving to Chogoria to pick up my grandma. And then we proceed to Nanyuki. It's along the same road, like the same, we'll be following the same highway. I just remember that earlier that morning, since my grandma kept on calling us, we called and asked her if she would be willing to get into the car with the driver and then come pick us up in Chuka. Then we, go straight to Nanyuki, because Chuka is the town before Chogoria. And my grandma was like, oh no, I'm afraid of entering in the car with strangers. Maybe if it's a woman, I don't want to enter in the car with a man. So we're like, okay, no problem. Remember, the driver comes from Chogoria. He's a friend of the family, but my grandma doesn't really know him that well. This is like acquaintance, really. Not really like a close friend, but an acquaintance. So actually, he's a friend of my cousin. And my cousin and him went to the same university, so they know each other pretty well. My grandma was like, no, I'm not getting into the car with that man. You better come and pick me up. Then we go. We're like, okay, grandma, it's okay. Anything for you, whatever makes you comfortable. So here we are in central Chogoria, like the city center of the town, and I wanted to slow the video down to show you the supermarket, because I talk a lot in my asthma sessions about basically how the town looks like, how it is. And so this is the Washema supermarket, and we just passed another one. In essence, they're really just small mini markets, but then they call them supermarket. One day I'll vlog around the town center to show you guys, for you guys to get the idea of how the supermarkets there look like on the inside. Anyway, so here we are leaving the town center and we are heading to my grandma's house, which is not really far from here. This brings back so many memories, guys. Like, I used to walk here. Oh my god, what are they doing? My husband is now entertaining our baby. And I think, was it last week, we got her a ball because she was watching Miss Rachel. I think it was on Saturday. I was doing like cleaning in the house, and I let her watch Miss Rachel for strictly 15 minutes on Saturday. And she saw the ball and she started crying for it on TV. And I was like, see, TV is influential in some way. So anyway, a couple of days later, I went and got her some small ball, and now she's playing with her father. So this is the road to my grandma's house. From here, I think it's like less than 5 minutes, 3 minutes ish to get there. These roads are super bumpy, like really, really bumpy. You don't want to drive on these roads when it rains. Like in the rainy seasons, the roads are crazy. They are muddy, the potholes are bigger, the stones are like much more, they destroy cars actually, because the small stones appear more in the rain, because like the mud surrounding the stones dissipates, so the stones are much bigger during the rainy seasons. You see the road has like stones that they like beat them on the ground. and then they make them like quite flat. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm rambling at this point. Anyway, here is my grandma. She was already waiting for us outside, and that's her helper Nancy, such an amazing girl. Yeah, now she's gonna help her get into the car, and then we are going to start our trip to Nanyuki. Kasana Jojo. Onkweja. So after picking my grandma, we start the journey again to Chogoria town. I forgot to tell you guys that once we got to Chogoria from Chuka, we switched cars. We got a smaller car to go pick up my grandma, and we left my sister and my cousin waiting for the bigger car to be washed. Now, on arriving in Chogoria, we're going to switch cars and take the bigger car because it's more spacious for, a longer journey, and, there's more leg room, and we won't be so squeezed in there like in this car, this small car. So in Kenya, we call smaller cars personal car. We don't really call them by brand. We call them personal car, and then like 8-seaters, we call them like Noah. It's so funny, So this is a school bus, and this is a petrol station in the main center, Chogoria Central. Oh, this is another supermarket. It's called Wakulima. So apparently right now there's 3 supermarkets. I remember that opposite the petrol station there's another supermarket. So this is another one. And yeah, as I said, one day I'll take a trip around the whole of Chogoria. I'll come very early in the morning and, just show you guys these places. Like I'll even go in and try to video, as much as I do not like people to video. Apparently if you video you're kissing the joint. My husband laughs when he hears that, kissing the joint, because he watches Poirot, and there was an episode where they were talking about that. Anyway, we exchanged cars, we got into the bigger car, and now we are heading to the resort, which is like 2 hours and 30 minutes away, if I'm not wrong. Forgot to tell you that half the time during this trip I didn't vlog. 90% of that time I forgot to vlog, and my family would be like, aren't you vlogging? And I'm like, oh yeah, oh no, I forgot to vlog lunch, oh no, I forgot to vlog this, oh no, I forgot to vlog that. So yeah, I would totally forget that I had started vlogging. I cannot tell you how many times I've been with my husband and we'd be like, oh, I'm gonna vlog this trip, and then halfway through it'd be like, weren't you supposed to vlog? And I'm like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. And the rest of the time I was trying to keep my toddler in check. She was supposed to nap, because usually she has a nap in the morning around 8ish, 9ish, and then another nap in the evening. She didn't nap during this trip, at least that morning. She woke up as usual around 6 and was with us packing and everything, and she refused to sleep. So during this ride, she was wide awake, stepping on me, kicking, screaming from time to time. Yeah, and also having fun and talking and, and trying to communicate with us and playing with my sister and my cousin. So now this is us towards Nanyuki. I have no idea where we are right now. I would just randomly get the phone and remember, oh, I'm supposed to video, and then I would, video some small places here and there. So here we are at a rest stop. We decided to take a bathroom break, and I totally forgot to vlog this. Like literally I was feeding my baby porridge as she was crying, and just, I think she was just restless. I don't know. But yeah, and we had some little breakfast. We had some samosas and tea, and rested like for 15 to 20 minutes. And then we were on the road again. So here we were 2 hours into the journey and we were about to arrive. And this is my Jojo. Hi Jojo. Jojo is grandma in my mother tongue, Kimeru. And here is a glimpse of what it was like to travel in a car with my baby. Mama? So on arrival, they gave us our welcoming drinks and we gave them our identification for them to make copies. As we waited for them to, make the copies and take us to their rooms, we were just chilling here in this dining area. And guys, to tell you, we were in awe is an understatement. We were pleasantly surprised by how beautiful the place was. There was still constructing in some places, but it was beautiful nonetheless. Here's a room tour of my room that I slept in with my baby. We got a big double bed because we are still co-sleeping with her. Usually in all the places we go to, we don't put her in a separate bed because at home we co-sleep. So there's no reason for them to make like a small bed for her. What are you doing? Come this way, I can see you. She's eating and hiding behind the curtains. I don't like her to, be out of my sight or when she's eating because I don't know if she's going to be back there and choke and I can't hear her or see her. Anyway, yeah, this place was just so beautiful, guys. Like, really beautiful. No. The bathroom, guys, stunning. One thing I like about traveling around East Africa, to be specific, because I don't want to say Africa in general and then there'll be people saying, oh, my country's in Africa and they don't have this. Yeah, one thing I like about traveling in my homeland is the fact that there's so much space. The rooms are huge, the bathrooms are huge. It's just so spacious. And yeah, these rooms were huge and they had a big bathtub, a shower enclosure. Shower enclosure, the toilet had space around it, the sink was big. I really just enjoyed these things. Even when we went to Lamu, the bathroom was huge. It was like a room in itself. So I really enjoyed that. Like, that just warms my heart. I think my baby appreciates the space too. Like, she gets to run around, and just be a baby. Where are you going, girl? Mama, don't touch. No, don't touch it. Guys, there'll be a whole lot of don't touch and move and don't do that because my baby is here with me now. My husband is running an errand and, it's me watching her now. So there will be a lot of no. I see you. Don't stop. Don't touch it. So we are in my grandma and auntie's room here. The rooms were identical. The only difference was we got a big double bed and they got separate beds because they didn't want to sleep together. And the rooms also had a big balcony with, of course, a swinging chair and a small kind of a dining setup to, have some evening tea. Mama, please. I think she's ready to sleep, guys. Anyway, guys, so all the rooms were equipped with a modern kitchenette that someone would be able to make like small meals. I usually like to book places that we are able to make some meals, like boil some spaghetti and stuff like that, because my baby likes to eat penne and my baby doesn't really eat food like that we eat, so like without salt and sugar. So I like to boil us some food from time to time when we are on holiday. So always I get a place that I'm able to do that. Anyway, we had lunch and then we went back to the rooms and my grandma is showing us her 90 because she's packing up things in the shelf like her. She's emptying her suitcase to put clothes in the shelf. And now I'm back in my room. I wanted to freshen up, wear a bikini, dress my baby up, and then we would go to the pool. So here we are in the pool. The weather is amazing. The weather was hotter than it looked in this frame in this video. And my baby is showing us what she learns in swim classes over the winter. She's such a water baby. Mama, what are you doing? Can you first finish eating before you start climbing on me? She's just hell-bent on climbing on me. Anyway, yeah, we are just enjoying the pool on a hot sunny day. My cousin didn't bring a swimming costume and my grandma didn't want to swim. Like, my grandma would never swim. She's a typical African grandma. She would never even go close to the water. And my auntie also didn't want to swim. So since no one else wanted to join my sister in the big pool, she was just having the time of her life. Guys, I tell you, this trip was filled with so many laughs and so much fun. Like, we really just had fun. There's so many moments I didn't get to vlog, but yeah, we had so much fun. It's true what they say, that time runs when you're having fun. We were just having fun. Literally every moment we were just cackling and laughing our heads off. After swimming, we just laid by the pool, ordered some mocktails, and just, chilled. After dinner, which I didn't vlog by the way, we went to my grandma and auntie's room to chill for a little bit and chat for a while. And then after that, we decided to go have some drinks. I had one drink actually, and that was the worst mistake I made in this entire trip. Guys, I had the worst running stomach I've ever had in my life. Coming from Kenya, I've had malaria a couple of times and typhoid. But this running stomach was worse than anything I've ever experienced in my life. Like, the guy who made this cocktail, oh my God, I don't really think he knew what, and I tipped him. I don't really think he knew what he was doing. But then again, this place is new. Like, even while we were here, they were constructing. We could hear different parts of the hotel were being constructed. And I just think they're yet to hire a real person to make cocktails. But yeah, I was so sick the next morning. Since I slept in the toilet, so to speak, like from 3 a.m. that night, I didn't sleep. I was just, going to the toilet. And I hadn't had so much to eat that dinner. And I'm sure it wasn't the dinner because my sister and my cousin had the same thing I ate. And I messaged them very early, like around 5 a.m. in the morning. I was like, are you guys up? Did someone wake up, to use the bathroom or something? They were like, no. I was like, okay, it must have been the cocktail. And I'm the only one that had that cocktail. They had mojitos, I think. Yeah, they had mojitos. So anyway, I waited for my baby to wake up. She woke up around 6:30, and we took a little cute selfie here, and then we got ready to go have breakfast. So this is all of us ready and heading for breakfast. We had a long day ahead of us. I actually wanted to take them for a safari drive, but then it was going to be one, super expensive for all of us in terms of like a comfortable vehicle. Two, it was going to be 2 hours from there. On the app, on Google Map, it had said 1 hour and 15 minutes. But then the roads are crazy bad. So it ended up being, they told us realistically we would get there in 2.5 hours. So I was like, no, let's settle for the animal orphanage, and that's where we went after breakfast. So this is us having breakfast, and then we will be heading out. But first we did a little mini photo shoot. I'll post some photos here for you guys to see. Look. So here we are at the animal orphanage. It took us about 40 minutes to get here, and my baby was just having the time of her life. She loves animals. She's chasing after everything and just, having fun. And here is my grandma posing for a photo with a tortoise that was 104 years old. It's crazy. And my baby chasing after this ostrich. It's crazy that she doesn't fear wild animals. Like, no matter the size, she'll just be chasing and wanting to be so close to it. Literally, in one of the frames here, I had to restrain her from going super close to it. We always joke that one day she'll find a snake out there and she'll bring it for us. Because whenever she finds something, she brings it to us and she's like, touch, touch. So we always think one day with all this touch that she'll bring us a snake in her hands. Did I mention that I was still feeling super sick during this trip to the orphanage? Like, my stomach was in shambles. When you have a running stomach, it acts up in intervals. It doesn't happen all at once. Sometimes it's a long pain and then it stops for like 30 minutes and then it starts up again. I was running to the toilet every 15 minutes. All in all, we had a fun time. My grandma was so amused seeing all the animals. I missed some shots of her seeing a bunch of animals, but it's all good. My sister took some photos of her with feeding the llamas, but I didn't get to ask her for them. But yeah, we all had a fun time, even though I was sick as hell. We stopped at a mall in Nanyuki. I don't remember the name, but I guess it was the biggest mall because they were looking for a swimming costume for my cousin Joy. She still didn't get one, but we had lunch there and I used the toilet there. My very first time going to a public toilet for this. Like, that's just how sick I was. I'm kind of a hygiene freak, so that traumatized me to date. Anyway, after lunch, we drove back to the resort and we changed into our swimming costumes. I only brought one swimming costume because I didn't really think I would swim that much. I underestimated how much my baby would want to be in the water, but yeah, she loves water. So this time I blew up her floater and just let her float. And my sister was helping me with her. My stomach had calmed down. I didn't take any medicine, but my stomach had calmed down. And my sister kept telling me, take some medicine, take some medicine. It will flush everything out once and you won't feel pain anymore. But I didn't. But anyway, it sorted itself out. And by this time, my stomach was feeling much calmer. And yeah, I had dinner, I guess, and it was still okay that night. So after swimming, we got some drinks and chilled by the pool. My baby was asleep, so I gave her to my sister. My sister is super thin, so they shared a bed, as a beach bed. And yeah, I got at least to enjoy a drink and, enjoy the evening. So later that evening, after the swim, we all went back to our respective rooms to chill out. I decided to take a bath, and here I am trying to fill the tub. Scooped up my baby, and we are trying to make as many memories as possible. Here she is. After the bath, my baby and I got ready and we went to join the rest of the family at the restaurant for dinner. And after dinner, we decided to come and have like a kind of a nightcap coffee with grandma and auntie in their room. And we took some pictures, chit-chatted until I guess midnight, and then we slept. Now, the next day, I realized around 3 p.m. that I hadn't vlogged the entire day. We were not doing anything special. We were just chilling out, eating, resting, repeating the first 2 days that we were there. So it was okay. I didn't really feel like you guys would miss out on anything. Anyways, that was that. The next morning, we woke up pretty early because we had agreed with the driver that he would be there around 8:30 latest. And as we were sat having breakfast, he told us, well, no, I'm going to be late. We had already told the staff, since we knew that making breakfast for the 5 of us would take some time, to pack up our breakfast. And then while we were having breakfast, he told us that basically he's running late. And we were like, you know what, pack half the breakfast and then give it to us, like, fruits and other stuff, because the breakfast was like a huge variety of different foods. So they packed basically some bacon and sausage and eggs for us, and bread, toast bread, and then we had like pancakes and other stuff while seated there waiting for him. Now, before breakfast, we took some photos to remember this place. I took some photos of my auntie in their room and my sister and cousin in their room, and some videos, as you can see, just to make memories and always remember this place. We really had fun. Like, we had so much fun. It's memories that will last us a lifetime. Here we were sat waiting for breakfast, and I asked my grandma what she liked about this trip, and here is what she had to say. When was the last time you went for an outing? Never.
I'm very happy.
Okay. So after breakfast, we got into the car and we went back home. And in true Sheila style, I forgot to vlog all that, like the journey back. I'll do better, guys. I will do better. I'm still learning. Anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, for joining me on this journey, and for being patient with me. I know it takes a while for me to post vlogs on here. I truly hope that you understand, and give me some grace. I'm doing my best. So on arrival to Chogoria, I had told my husband to come meet me there so that he can say goodbye to my grandma, because after this, we're going to be in Nairobi for a couple of days, and then we're going to come back to the Czech Republic. Anyway, while in Chogoria, we decided to go visit a close family friend. This is her house, and she makes the most amazing drop scones. Literally, every time we come to visit her, Ibrahim looks forward for her to make the drop scones. We don't even need to tell her. She just comes from the kitchen with drop scones, and Ibrahim is like, Thank the Lord. So this time around, he asked her if it was possible that she would write me a recipe, and she wrote me all the ingredients and how to make them. And since we came back, I've made the drop scones for him twice with the flour from Kenya that I brought with me, and he loves them. He says I still have a lot to learn, but he loves them. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in again today. I appreciate you all and have a blessed day.